Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Another episode of Trash Talk. TJ O'Connor with me as always, my partner Damian the Wolverine Hill. Trash Talk is joined tonight by number 7th ranked featherweight in the Trash Talk rankings, Quang Lee, who is coming off of a different experience than most amateurs might have experienced this last fall, and we're excited to get a chance to talk to him. But first, Trash Talk is always brought to you by our sponsors, Valhalla Combat Sports Incorporated, Ink Shrinks Tattoo, Origin Wellness CBD, Spartan Martial Arts, James Clark Sport Psychology and Hypnosis Therapy, The Fighters, and my mom. Quang, how you doing today, sir?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. Can't complain. Thank you for being on with us. We mentioned off camera how much of an a-hole TJ was for the last time that he reached out for the interview, and it was some odd timing. Could you tell us a little bit more about that and what you were going through the last time TJ reached out to you?
You talking about a tournament?
No, the elbow.
Oh, the elbow. Oh, yeah. I just had a bone spur removed from my elbow last week. So yeah, the first time I have a surgery. So they put me under.
Oh, wow. You actually
Wow.
had to go under for that too. Wow.
Yeah.
Was it What was it painful? Or I mean, I guess you're under when the surgery's going down, but when you came back and you wore down off the medicine, were you in any pain at all, or just discomfort?
No. When I wake up, I feel okay, and then they gonna. So they were block, do the nerve block, so I can put my hands in the machine, the CPM machine, and then right away working on the range of motion. So it wasn't hurt.
Okay, so
Well, I'm glad to hear surgery went well. And just for everybody that knows kind of what Damien is alluding to, my timing, I reached out to Quang as he's on his way home from this procedure. Couldn't have been nicer about it. And I still feel so bad. So I appreciate you still taking the time to sit with us, even
Yeah,
under those circumstances.
no problem. Thank you.
Man,
yeah.
definitely.
Is there any rehab that you're gonna have to go forward, or are you okay to just jump right back into training and just take it slow, or do you have to actually rehab it and take that time?
Yeah, I have to take time to recover. I have to. They said it's gonna be 6 weeks,
Yeah.
but yeah, and then after that, if I feel good, I can jump back to training right away. So, and I
Okay.
can
Yeah.
wait.
Oh, I was gonna say, I bet you're very eager to get back into there. I mean, as fighters, we all know what 6 weeks away from the gym can do to you. It drives you nuts a little bit. Just a little before we get too far into it, we talked about your procedure you had last week. Just for the fans that might not be as aware, how about a little information as far as how you got into the martial arts? Where do you train? Things like that. A little information about you.
Uh, well, I like when I see people compete on TV, and then it's like it's so cool, and I want to be compete, I want to compete. So I find a place in my town, and then I train, and and then I see Greg, and he was in the seminar down here, and then I see him, and then I asked him to join the team, and then now I can train with the academy. So,
Oh wow.
but I live like an hour and a half away from the gym. So,
Oh wow. Where do you live exactly?
I live in Eau Claire, Wisconsin.
Oh wow.
So
Yeah.
I have to drive up there uh, when I have a fight, like twice a week, and then but for the last tournament, I ran a room up there, and so I stay and train full time. So
Okay, well that was nice that you were able to get
yeah, that
some
was
full-time
really
training in that time, but
Yeah.
and that's some dedication. And I think TJ was trying to bring this up a little bit ago, but the dedication that you have just to get into training reflects in the type of fighting and the type of aspect that you went after with your amateur career, this final tournament that you just participated in. Uh, could you tell us a little bit about that actually? Because I mean, I didn't know you were actually training an hour and a half, you live an hour and a half away from where you train,
Yeah.
and you're making that trip, and you're still able to go out there and do what you did. Could you tell us a little bit more about that? Because that just makes it more exciting.
yeah. So just because we don't have a fight team, we only have like just a general class down here. So I have to find a fight team to be able to compete. So I have to drive up there and train, and Greg is a great coach,
Mm.
and all, all my team is high level. Training with them is like making me a lot better. So yeah, so I have to go up there and train.
Yeah, that's awesome. And being in a room full of fighters like that, like you said, you can only build off that. The training with, going against guys every day that could potentially be better than your opponent. I mean, that makes fights pretty easy. Now, going into the tournament itself, how did this opportunity come to play for you? How were you? How did you go about being selected to represent the featherweight division for Team USA over in the Philippines?
So yeah, I got lucky. so so I like so son Stepan,
Yeah.
he was competing for the U.S. National in the IMF before, so he was recommended me to the guy who were uh, in the U.S. team, and then they have to bring me up for the four commission guy, coach, the four commission coach to select and then I passed that, and then we can go. So,
Oh
but
yeah.
yeah.
No, that's pretty sweet. And now with that playing out, did you have sufficient time, or did you have any extra medical checks or things like that that went into participating on the national team?
Yeah, for the just like you have to do the physical and blood test and everything, and send it to them, and to pass it. So it's pretty easy. It's nothing
Okay.
complicated. Yeah.
Nothing
Yeah.
extra. Oh, okay.
Yeah, nothing extra being able to stay on top of it. And now, so you get the chance to compete. Shout out to Sean Stebbins. I mean, you can't ask for a better recommendation or a better person to give you a recommendation. I mean, he gives you he gave you that chance. You able to go through. You take the most of the opportunity. You make the team. You go over there. You had 3 fights. I'm pretty sure in one day. Is that correct? What was that
Yes.
like as far as, I mean, compared to everything else you've ever done where you get multiple weeks for one fight, or even if it's on short notice, you're only competing once to do that and have that high, that emotion 3 times in one day. What was that like?
Well, that was a chaos. So so you have to be ready. In a couple hours, fight after fight. So I was like, with one fight, the second fight, I wasn't know when I'm gonna go. So I was like watching people fight, and then they call my name, and then I have to put my stuff, put my glove on, and then jump right. And I didn't have like
Whoa.
the warm up
Oh,
or
wow.
anything. Uh, yeah. So 3 fights in one day. Yep. It was it's kind of a little bit tired, but yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's not even enough time to get nervous, you know? Or did you
No.
feel nervous at all participating in the tournament?
What was that?
Did you even feel nervous at all when you participated in the tournament, or was it kind of like what I said, like there wasn't enough time to even think about things? You just had to go and get ready.
Right, right. For the first one, yeah, first one I get nervous, but after the first one, I was like you get confidence, and then the second one, well, they just call my name, so I go up there and just a little nervous, and then go fight, and then after the second one, and then the third one, I get confidence. I'm like, I just beat two people,
Yeah.
in like 4 hours. So I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make this happen. And then the third one just got caught. And, you know,
And that's part of the game. I mean, you went out there, you performed against literally the best guys in the world at that weight class. Great performances all around. Fell just short of the medal round. But obviously, a great performance from yourself. We touched on it earlier. You came back. You had the procedure last week, a little bit of a rest period. But I'd be quite frank to ask, what's next? Is it something to where you're looking to compete still and get a couple more amateur fights, or with that experience, are you looking to translate to the next level? What's next for Quang?
yeah, I want to take. So when I come back, just because I just got surgery, I want another one, at least one or two amateurs, and then turn pro. Yep, just to feel everything okay with my elbow and stuff, and yeah, and I'm gonna go pro after that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that dude. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for your next few fights. I mean,
Yeah.
just to see how you perform after you recover from the elbow surgery, and just to see how you perform after the experience, because there's certain things that fighters have said that have retired. There's certain things and there's certain fights, certain life experiences that change a fighter, and they're for the better and for the worse. And this is one of those things that I think is for the better. Participating in that tournament, having 3 fights in one day. There's some people that don't even have 3 fights in a year.
Yeah, yeah,
That's that's an experience that no one can take away from you, that I feel is just gonna help, because how many people have actually had that experience that is, I mean, at the amateur level, and can carry that on to the pro level, especially in MMA. Because I mean, in boxing there are some tournaments, but when you come over to MMA, you don't really get that. And
yeah.
that's one of those things I'm kind of rambling and going over track what I just said, but I feel like that's going to be a positive that is going to help you out for the rest of your career. So I'm excited to see how it plays out. How do you think that experience is going to help you in the future?
I think it helps a lot. I think 3 fights in one day. I mean, like I like it, because I
Yeah.
I I trained so hard, and I'm like, I don't want to just go in there for just a minute. I want to fight a lot, to
Yeah.
just to worth it. So 3 fights, yeah, I was learn a lot, and
Oh,
it was a great opportunity for me. So
yeah, that experience is invaluable, and I can't wait to see what's next. Especially at that 145 to pound division locally, I feel like that is probably one of the, if not the deepest weight class. So many great opportunities to see, and I can't wait to see what is next for you. Just before we wrap it up here tonight, I just want to give you an open platform. Anybody that you want to thank that's been there for you leading up to the tournament since the fight, inside the gym, outside of the gym, it's an open platform. Just anybody you want to give a shout out to, any sponsors, anything like that.
yeah, I want to thank uh, Coach Greg Nelson. He was there every day, and the whole team. The Academy MMA fight team. They were pushing me to the limit, and let give me ready for the fight. And yeah, and my family for supporting me. Let me do what I love to do. So
Oh yeah.
thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Thank you for being on. Like TJ said, can't wait to see what's in the future for you. People watching, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to Trash Talk with Damien and TJ. Do not be a hoe. And we are out.